You're saying about your hair?
Yeah, I don't miss that haircut that I had there. I think that was COVID hair in one of those pictures when we were out in the balcony, and it was really long. And it was when Nick only was able to whoosh whoosh the sides of my, and then I had a really long like comb over.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
And welcome to our Sunday show, the last one before summer break.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I cannot believe we are May 29th already.
It's funny because when we thought of this back in 3 months ago, when we thought that our break was kind of like, oh, we have so much time coming up, or it's not going to happen. Now it's here.
You know what it is though? The difference is the weather. Yeah. When you're in the wintertime, things tend to go by sometimes slow, especially after the holidays. Yeah. So from January to March with the weather that we were getting, of course, it just felt like it was that lull and nothing was moving. And now it's like from April to today, how quickly has things been flying by? And no, that we're busier. We're doing more things. We've been out busy. Yesterday was Nick's birthday. He's an old man. He's old, but guess what? I'm older.
Yes.
And will always be.
Always will be.
Exactly. So that's one thing to keep you happy.
Yes, I am very happy about that. I was a little sad when I woke up on the day of my birthday. I won't lie.
I guess I don't make him happy.
It wasn't you, honey. It's just the thought of, I think we all go through those sad that you're getting older and you start realizing things. And I'm going to be 40 next year. And I remember when my parents turned 40.
Best years of your life are yet to come.
I know that, but and I don't care if everybody's laughing at me. You all went through this in your 40s. It's my turn.
You know what? No, it happens to everybody at a different age.
It's my turn. I will
say this. For me, it hit me in my 30s when I moved back to Toronto. That's when I had my, whoa, this is weird.
But what happened? I also said that I feel better now at 39 than I did when I was at 29. So there's a huge difference here. I remember 29, I was also kind of freaking out about going to my 30s. Not as freaked out as I am now about my 40s, but I was freaked out back then about it. But now I'm actually, at least I'm not as unhealthy as I was back then. So it's, slowly, I got happier throughout the day because my mom was here. We were able to eat pretty healthy that entire day. The only indulgence we had was I had extra cake, which was banana loaf that he made, his recipe with the oats.
He asked for banana loaf for his. I said, okay, do you want?
I said, make it pretty.
He's like, make it pretty. So I took a banana loaf. We went to the store to buy more bananas. 3 yellow, really ripe bananas because he wanted me to make it with 2. And I'm like, I don't know how to make my recipe smaller. Like I'm used to making it with 5 bananas. So we walked to the store to get bananas. And then I made him the banana cake. And then I put a little piece of the chickpea cake on top. And then I iced it with some coconut whipped cream and then put sprinkles on top. So there, he had a birthday cake.
And then last night that I had more pieces of it.
Yes,
I had
without the
whipped cream. I did. So we had a picture from a year ago on my birthday. And on that picture that day was 3 bags of chips.
Cheese curds.
You name it. I had a brick of cheese. We ordered out that night. See the contrast last year to this year? Yeah. The huge difference. And I don't feel it gross today. I had pizza today at lunch.
And you were green on Chepa today.
And I was green on Chepa today.
And I'm still green on Chepa myself.
So it's like, you know what? I'm taking the what I've learned. I'm taking the fact... Yeah, I'm taking the fact that I'm 39. I'm okay. I'm going to keep aging gracefully. I'm going to keep getting more gray beard because that's where I'm getting my gray right now. It's all here. Yep. My gray beard.
Yeah, he doesn't have any.
No, it doesn't. No, my family doesn't get gray hair.
It doesn't grow here.
No, You're so mean. You're so mean.
I try.
We have a special guest tonight.
We do.
We have Terri join us. Terri-Lynn, our dear friend. She's on already spotlighted. We'll get to you in a quick second, Terri. We just have a few more announcements to get, but I want to $1 Million Smiles.
Yes, we had the opportunity today to help be part of the crew to build a playground for
$1 Million Smiles.
A young child with either an autoimmune problem or health issues who can't go to a regular playground and play with other children. So $1 Million Smiles is a nonprofit organization who builds these playgrounds for these children. So you collect money, you do a fundraiser, and with Antonetta and Abotti, last year we were Abotti was able to raise almost $10,000. Yeah. And so we are building 3 playgrounds in the area in the GTA in order for these children. And today was the very first build.
It was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I got to use a drill.
Nick got to use a drill, and he got to tell people what to do, which he likes to do. So
I was a project
perfect.
manager.
He was a project
I didn't tell people. I said, can you
were never
please
bossy.
grab
You were
this
very
and
nice.
please grab that?
He's
Thank
very
you.
nice. He's very nice.
I'm a very nice project
It was,
manager.
however, I will say this, working with an organization that is so well run and the people are so friendly, that's what made it nice. We had HR people standing behind a desk and they were very admitting to it. They're like, we don't touch the stuff because it won't turn out the way it's supposed to, but we can man the table. So that was great. Then we
taught step outside. Terry did step with us today while we were outside.
And Lisa was there live with us
live
with
us.
Which was fantastic. So it was a great day. If you ever have the opportunity to go out and spend some time doing something for other people, it's insane how it makes you feel.
It was like I left the end of the day feeling so filled with joy and happiness. So you know what? Go build a playground. It makes you feel so great after you're done. You leave the glow.
Yeah, it really does. And to see that child's face when she came out to know that she can go in her backyard and feel like a normal kid was really, really, really touching.
And the other announcement we want to talk about quickly before we get to Terry is that we are going on tour.
It's happening.
It's happening. So the Abotti and P3 tour is happening. There's already some dates set. So if you live in Guelph
on June 11th,
we are actually going to be doing Abotti Step and Abotti live in person at a community center. I don't have the information in front of me right now, so we'll have to get that. We'll share with all of you on social media. Don't worry, it's going to be coming. Also, it's also going to be in our newsletter. So once you guys get the email, it'll be in there as well. We're also going to Niagara Falls on June 18th.
Top Dog.
Yeah, Top Dog Gym. Heather Pike is actually here with us tonight.
Here, so we're going to be live at her gym on June 18th.
And can't wait. It's
extremely excited. If you have steps, you live nearby, you want to do step class is not canceled that day. Bring your step with you. If you don't have a step, you can still do the class. We'll help you out, make you feel like you have one in front of you.
And other cities we're working on, because we're still in the works, are
on the calendar:
Hamilton, Sudbury, Windsor, Vaughan, Ottawa, Montreal, and Winnipeg. So we're working on all these locations. They're not set. They're not scheduled yet, but these are locations we're looking into right now of visiting this year. And it's not going to end there. That's not the end.
The US is not out of the question.
Nope.
It's just not.
Vancouver's not out of the question. Halifax is not out of the question. I want to go to Newfoundland. I've never been to Newfoundland. I've never been to New Brunswick since I've been an adult. I've never been to PEI, Manitoba, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan. So I have to go to all those provinces.
Charlotte, 1,000%. The GTA will also be included at some point.
Yes.
We'll have something in like Toronto.
Actually, that's on the list too. I forgot to include it. Toronto's on the list too.
Toronto is on the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Antonetta's watching us on Instagram going, let's do it. So if you want to know information about this, go to jeanlucandnick.com, sign up to our newsletter, go to abotti.ca, sign up to that newsletter. If you can't figure it out there, we'll post it everywhere as well. So you guys will know the dates and where we're going. And so we get this. We can't wait to meet some of you in person. This is like 3 years in the works here of finally being able to meet people. So it's exciting for us. Okay.
Enough about us.
Yes, sorry, Terry.
Let's talk about tea.
we had so many announcements today that we want to get to.
I want to spill some tea with tea.
Yeah.
We're going to spill some tea with tea.
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
Good. How about you? I'm glad you guys had a good day today. I knew you would.
And the weather was perfect. Oh, it was a nice day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I just noticed that my arms match my shirt. They're the same color. I was like, wow, look at that.
Have a farmer's tan. You look just like my dad.
And face here too.
And my face and my neck.
Yeah.
But, it's good.
So Terry, please introduce yourself so that people get to know who you are, where you're from, and just maybe a quick intro to your journey. How did you get to where you're at today? Who's Terry?
So I'm Terri-Lynn, aka Terri-Lynn. I'm a retired school teacher originally from a small town up near Owen Sound, little tiny town called Durham. And Walkerton, Hanover, that area. Now I live in Whitby. How did I get here? I rode the roller coaster, the one that goes backwards. So, you know how it stops at the top and goes backwards? That was me.
Oh yeah, I love the bat.
That was me. Yeah. as a very small child, as a young child, I was very tiny. Like I was a very tiny person. Both of my biological parents were quite large, so I don't know if I inherited that or what. My biological mother died when I was 12, and I'd had quite a traumatic childhood before she died. So after she died, it was basically a living nightmare. And so I'm assuming that the emotional eating came along with that. So you can just imagine, by the time I was 16, at 12, I was raising 3 younger siblings. So you can imagine at 16, I weighed over 250 pounds. So in a small town, and we're talking tiny towns, we're not talking small, like they say, 16,000, we're talking 2,500 people.
Wow.
I think I was in Walkerton at the time, and I think we were 4,000 or 5,000,
Wow.
maybe 6 at the most. Between, it wasn't a case of bullying, it was a case of torment at school. I was one of those kids, I had one outfit to wear. So it was torment at school, torment in the neighborhood, torment in my own home. So you bury your emotions, or you bury, and you think that, I guess looking back all those many years ago, that if you eat enough, you get big enough, nobody can hurt you.
It's like a protection.
Nobody will bother to hurt you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm one of those people that you just have to do it. Like, so at 12, I had to learn to take care of a 2-year-old. So you just do it. Like, I've never been one to ask for help. I've never had help. So I guess I've just always done it. I've always, like, people will say, how do you do all that on your own? Well, you just do it. So a little after I was 16, I had a sibling pass away. And so that destroyed what was left of the family. And my aunt and uncle, who were very young, my aunt is only 10 years older than I am, took my youngest sister and myself, and they adopted my youngest sister. I was already ready to go to university. I went to university at 17.
Wow.
And they took us in and gave us a family and gave us what became a life. And they are my mom and dad. Even though, like, she'll introduce herself as my mother, and she's 10 years older than I, and looks very young, so people will go, excuse me. So, I ricocheted back and forth. I lost that 250. I went down to, I think, 150 pounds with, fad diets, Physician Weight Loss Clinic. I don't know if you remember them. I think
Yes.
I ate 900 calories a day.
Wow.
Like that. Oh, I can tell you exactly what I ate. So as soon as I started eating, I lost 100 pounds. And when you hit that weight, you think, I'm done.
I fixed the issue. I'm fine now.
I don't think I really overate. I just went back. Well, I probably did, but I went back to eating normally. So the weight all came back on. Yep. And, and I'm sure you guys went through it as well, because I know you roller coastered. People are, oh, well, they can't keep it off. Here they go again. They can't do this again. Here they go again. So I joined Weight Watchers, left Weight Watchers, joined Weight Watchers, left Weight Watchers.
I feel like you're telling a story I've read before.
I always say I built the buildings, because back in those days, they were always in church basements. And then all of a sudden these buildings started appearing. I think I paid for the buildings.
This is Terry's building.
This is my building, and this one is my building.
And building 2.
Yeah. So I put that weight back on, and then, oops, sorry, dropped my iPad. And then I was always active. Like, even though I weighed so much, I was always active. I played baseball. And of course, being that heavy, I would get injured very easily. And my legs started getting very bad, very young. By the time I was in my late 30s, my legs, I skied, and I would be going downhill, and I would fall all of a sudden because I couldn't turn. And I thought, oh, there's something wrong with my back. But I guess that was a prelude to the fact that my knees were getting really bad and I couldn't turn. So my knees got worse and worse and worse. And went to see my doctor, and he did x-rays, and he says, well, you're going to need knee replacement. There's no doubt about it.
Wow.
And I think I was only in my late 30s. I might have been 40 by then.
Wow.
And he sent me to an orthopedic surgeon, and the orthopedic surgeon was, well, sorry, you're too heavy. There's no way. And so off I went, you know, sucked it up, off I went, and did go to a doctor for arthritis. I can't remember what they call him. And he would just inject me with cortisone. Well, turned out I was allergic to cortisone, so that didn't help. I also have arthritis. I have arthritis in my spine. I have it in my wrists. I have it in my ankles, in my shoulders. So I'm pretty well riddled with the stuff, you know, and
I'm sure, that there's a lot of people in this room that are like, what?
Yeah.
How is this even possible?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't get it with me because I have never in my life been allowed to quit. You know, when I was 12, I was looking after 3 younger children. So you can't quit on them. You know, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been like that all my life. Like I had taught little children. You can't stay home because you don't feel like going in. They need you there. And that was the way I was. And I pushed myself very hard, maybe too hard. I don't know. But I just, there are days I get up and from my knees down, I'm like, I can't do step this morning because I can't walk this morning, but I make myself do it. And usually by the end, I'm feeling a bit better because once I stretch it out, it's usually a bit better. When I do strength, some days, I think my shoulders are going to come off. When I like, and and I pretty well do the 5-pound weights most days, except the rotator cuff ones, I go back down to 3. God, look at the muscles. I mean, look at that.
Look at that. Well, Terry, do you want me to share I have your before picture ready. So do you want me to share? So look at this, everybody. For those,
some of you might not have seen T in these.
I haven't shown pictures. No.
Wow.
So this is a before of Terri-Lynn.
I had lost weight in that picture already.
And then this is another one right here.
Yeah, I think I'd lost about 30 pounds by the time I took that one.
And we're not sitting here thinking, like, we don't want anyone to think that, you know, she's not any better than what she is there or now, but it's how she feels. I'm sure there's a huge difference in how you feel, Terri-Lynn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's, you know, like I said, I get up, I live in pain. Anybody with advanced arthritis knows you live in pain. There's not a lot you can do about it, but you can either keep going or you can wallow in it. You can sit there. Like when I was first, before, I have had both knees replaced. Somebody, I saw it come up. I've had both knees replaced. And, but before that, I've had dogs for probably 30 years, and I could barely walk, and I was bigger than that. I think I actually sent you the picture with the yellow shirt on.
Yes.
I must have been bigger than that. I must have been, because I look at that picture and I go, because when I started this last time with Weight Watchers, I was 287 or 289 pounds. And I look at Jean-Luc, in one of your pictures, you say 290, and I'm going, you're how much taller than me? Yeah. I'm 5'1", and I was 289.
That's crazy.
287, I can't remember which. And I think the one with the yellow blouse, I think I must have been, I look bigger in that picture, but I don't know what I weighed. I must have been over 300 pounds. And, but you just, so I had the dogs, so I would walk them for 15 minutes, and it literally felt like somebody had a butcher knife going straight up my legs into my stomach, every step I took. So I'd walk them, and I'd be hysterical crying by the time I got home. I'd take them out for a few minutes again. They were big dogs. They needed to be walked.
Right. No.
And I do that. And actually my neighbors tend to sit on their porches for whatever reason. And the one fellow would see me come home, and he'd see the tears, and he would come and get the dogs and take them the rest of the way home for me. Wow. And, you know, and I would try to do that 3 times a day, because to me, you own dogs, you look after them. And, you know, so the last time I joined, I had lost the weight to get the knee surgery, lost it again, I think through herbal magic this time, quick fix, and then started eating normally, gained it all back again. And this time I joined Weight Watchers, and lost 30 pounds. And my sister, my youngest sister, became very ill from complications to type 1 diabetes. And she went in the hospital and she came home for 3 weeks, and then she was in for a year. And I would drive back and forth to Windsor every weekend, took 3 weeks off and went down and stayed with her and went back and forth to the hospital. So, you're eating hospital food.
Yeah.
And I would get back late Sunday night and be at school. I was always the first one in school on Monday morning and the last one to leave Monday night. And so, but I went to the meetings during the week, the Weight Watcher meetings, and tried, but I gained the 30 pounds back. And I had decided that year I was going to retire. And even though Amy passed away, I decided I was going to retire anyway. And was going to have 50 pounds off by the time I retired in June. I had 49.5.
Wow. You got your 50.
I was close.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So then I had saved. I was going to Australia in January. That was the trip. Went all by myself and was going to go scuba diving at the Great Barrier Reef. And I was not going to be the biggest person there. So I was going to have 70 pounds off. I made it. And I see the pictures to this day and go, you're still the biggest person there. So to this date, I have now lost 153 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And now it's the job of maintaining it. I got home 2 weeks before the world shut down. I got home February 20th and the world shut down on the 8th of March. And I did not like the online Weight Watcher meetings until I found Antonetta's, and then she left. But I found through that, thank God, I found abotti.
Mm-hmm.
And although I was walking, my poor dog, every time I'd say, okay, let's go, because we were, she would go and run. The neighbors would knock on the door. Could I take Dad for a walk? And she'd be like, no, I'm not.
She'd be like,
I've already walked out.
But then I found abotti, and now, so those of you with arthritis and those of you living with chronic pain, so today is one of my slow days because there's only one abotti class, and I've got almost 25,000 steps today. Okay.
Wow.
So and that's just doing gardening, walking the dogs, the one abotti class. You have to push through it as much as you can, like depending on what you have, what ailment you can only push yourself so far, but right. The pushing might be to do stretching, and that's what I've always been like. The pushing might be just to lie down on the floor and stretch your arms and legs out,
I love that you just said that, Terri-Lynn. I really love that you said that, because it's so important that people automatically think that being active means you need to break a huge sweat. When there's days, it's not the sweat that matters.
No.
It's you getting up and moving and letting your body stretch and get to the natural lubrication that it needs.
We came home today and I told Janik, it's like, you know what? We didn't sit around all day today.
Not all day.
No,
we didn't go to a gym. I didn't jump around and try to do activity. I sweat somewhat, but not profusely. All I did today was build a playground with friends. Yeah. And that was activity. So if you get yourself just moving around, just doing anything, that's being active. If you're watching TV at night and you really think, I don't have time, stand up and watch TV and walk if you can, of course. If you're exhausted, I get that. Sometimes you just want to sit down, but
just do it in between in the commercials.
Yeah.
Make sure you're never sitting down during your commercials. The commercials, you have to stand up.
Yeah.
If you're streaming, then I don't know what to tell you, because there's no commercials in streaming nowadays.
I take the computer out to the kitchen with me and I do prep. So when I'm watching you guys, the P3s, I do, and I quite often I'll turn my camera off because I think nobody needs to see the mess I make in the kitchen.
Now I want to see.
No, you don't. I don't have a nice setup like you guys.
I'm sure it's great.
This sorry, I keep the ball game keeps coming on. I keep putting it on hold and it keeps coming back. Or I'll clean the kitchen because I cannot sit still.
Multitasking.
But I've always been like that.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that you said just stretching. So if you're one who's not stretching right now, stretching helps you with movement.
Yes.
The more you stretch, the easier it gets for you to move. So just laying on your bed and stretching on your bed, you don't need to be standing up to stretch. You could stretch all your entire body laying down.
Yeah.
So if that's easier for you, making sure that you remember those things.
Yeah, and I get bad headaches, not like Kim does, but I get sinus headaches, and stretching helps them tremendously.
That's good. That's good to yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, T.
Sure.
So from doing all these, like you said you said you did herbal magic once, you did a doctor, you went to a doctor, you did WW, you've done so many different things. Have you learned lessons across all these different, all of them, even the doctor one, even the herbal magic
one? No, I learned that I think it was called the Physician's Weight Loss Clinic. I shouldn't say that because I might be wrong, because that was a lot. But no, I learned that if you eat a soft-boiled egg and a half a piece of toast and salad with tuna, 3 ounces, and 3 ounces of chicken, that you'll lose weight. I learned that.
That sounds very satisfying.
Melba toast. And a piece of Melba toast.
Oh.
Okay, Melba toast.
And that's like your meal for the entire day, right?
Yeah. And and that was a long time ago. That's got to be 40 years ago. So that'll tell you I remember exactly what I ate every day.
That's crazy.
Okay. The herbal weight loss, I really think it was I think they were just, there was nothing in those herbs. And I think I did it on my own. But again, limited amount of food.
Right. It's all about limiting food.
Yeah.
So it is a placebo. That placebo effect does come into effect too sometimes, right?
Yes.
You're kind of starting to believe in yourself a little bit more. So I'm not trying to diss these programs at all, because there's been many success stories of them.
Yeah, I know.
Like
you said before, we don't discount any. Whatever you choose on your journey is your own journey. We will support you. We do not believe that there's one pill that fits all.
Nope.
What works for us might not work for you, and that's okay.
And we think that should be for everybody. Everybody should.
I think the thing with herbal weight loss was you checked in with them. There was a person there you checked in with all the time. And I think that made the difference. With Weight Watchers, yes, I've learned a lot through them, a lot. And I think that if it hadn't had to go to
digital,
viral, to Zoom. If it hadn't had to go that way, I think that, and because I really liked it, and I liked my coach. Well, I had Susan Edwards.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the Canada wide ones because they were so big, and you
right.
never, But and then I had Antonetta, so I mean, come on,
You had like the golden child,
God's favorite child.
Well, I don't know. Her
oh
my God,
Antonella's here.
We got a guest appearance.
I think that she's got the golden child.
Oh, okay.
Antonetta is second.
Okay.
That's fine, but I think Antonetta will give that kudos. We'll agree to that. She'll agree.
A little different tonight. Yeah.
We might have to have a fight to see who wins, or a contest, not a fight. We won't want to hurt each other. A trivia contest.
But yeah, I mean, I learned a lot, and my big thing is right now, because I've joined the P3 and I like it, but it's portion control, and that's what I'm like. And you get that weight off, and you go, okay, now I'm done, and you go, oh, I'm never done.
Thank you.
That's I think what you probably learned in the last few years, right?
It's never done.
It's never done. This is never done. Like, you should be able to be done, but you're not. You're never done. So you have to, you just keep at it. And so I keep trying. Like, I need to learn how to maintain. And because now Ajax is finally up and running, but didn't they close the Ajax site and you have to go over to Pickering? So it's just a case of learning how to maintain. And that's something that really scares me, because I have done this before, and I can hardly wait to see some of my family, not my adopted mom, who I call mom, not my sisters, because my mom saw that picture of me in the yellow blouse, in the yellow shirt. My niece actually found that at her father's house, and she said, I don't ever remember you being that big. And she said, you are ours, not your size. And she's the only thing that bothers her is my biological mother died when I was 12. Now we don't know what happened to her. My biological father and his entire family died of heart before any of them were 40 years old. And he was one of 8 boys and 1 girl. Now the girl is still living. But I mean, there was alcoholism and everything else in most of them. So who knows what
else? Yeah.
But, you know, and so they worry about my health because of these factors. And, but she said, I don't ever remember you being that big, but other members of that same family, so not my mom, not my sisters, but aunts and uncles are like, oh, okay. And I've actually had them say right to my face, well, how long are you going to keep it off this time?
Wow.
You know, and you guys know that because people do that. You know,
that happens all the time.
And so I'm going to ask you, I'm not going to say how long are you going to keep it off? How long have you been keeping it off, Terri?
I think I was actually going to look it up. I think I reached my goal about a year ago. I think it's been about a year. And
I think so too.
And I'm going to pat myself. Well, actually, I should pat you guys and Antoinette on the back. I'm 16 pounds below my goal.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I need to learn to maintain it. And for some of you out there who shall remain nameless, I had my goal raised because Weight Watchers wanted me to weigh 132 pounds. And I thought, oh, I can get there. I can get there. Now I'm very tiny. But at 150, yes, but 150, I looked like I was about 130 because I never have looked my weight, never have.
Right.
When I told my mom, when I showed her that picture of me in the gray t-shirt and said I weighed 289 pounds in that picture, she refused to believe me. I had to get out my Weight Watchers because I don't look my weight. I never have. And so I am at 135 now. So I know I can get to 132. I know, well, actually I'm at 134. I know I can get there, but can I keep it off? You know, and so right now I'm maintaining just fine, but I have to learn, like with the P3, it's like, oh, I like this meal. Let's eat some more. Like, oh, so it's plant-based, but I can eat more. Oh,
and that's the thing that that's something that we've actually been able to really clamp on because before we started P3, we were eating everything in the meal we made every night because our mentality was, and I hate to say it, it's 0 points, so I can eat as much as I want. And so when we started doing P3 now, we don't even have that mentality. We have 1 plate a night and that's it. If there's leftovers, it's leftovers. It's for another meal. And we're no longer now afraid of having those meals at lunch the next day. Because back in the day, our mindset, we couldn't have a lunch with a piece of lasagna. Oh my God, but now we allow us, it was too high in points. But now we allow ourselves that because we have a huge salad with it. It just changed how we do things. But WW's taught us the portioning part of our journey.
Yes.
We've been very vocal about this. They're the ones who made us realize serving sizes, measuring things. Like we never did that before.
Doesn't matter if it's plant-based or not plant-based. Everything has calories.
Well, yeah,
everything.
I'm trying. Oh my God, Nick, the things I've tried. I think of you every time. I go, oh my God, Nick, are you eating this? Because I don't like it. But
we've been good. The only thing there's like one thing I didn't like.
What did you like?
There's one thing you made me try. And I was like, I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. Here at home?
Yeah, at home. I don't remember what it was, but I've been really good. I've been very good.
It was carry out.
Maybe it could have been carry out.
I never liked sweet potatoes, but I made a sweet potato chickpea curry. And I liked it, and I liked it so much I had 2 big bowlfuls. There's a lot of calories in sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got to be careful about that. So what I've done now is I cook it. I take my portion for the night and the rest goes right into the freezer.
That's exactly what we do. We do the exact same thing now. Yeah. And it's like, we've been like we were saying before the show went live today, we had a video we did of us jumping rope yesterday.
Yeah.
And we see a difference now, but my shape is not saying I've lost that much. I've been teal and green this entire month of May.
And I'm green as well.
So I don't know if I've lost anything, but that video showed me proof that yes, I like to say it, my boobage went down. The rack shrank. So I'm very happy about that development because this is one of my very troublesome areas. When I was bigger, I had basically like I could have worn, like, I could have been a drag queen.
And we're still very much admitting to, we know we should, we promised to try to stop snacking after 8 p.m.
It's been a month.
It hasn't happened
Today
yet.
is day 30 and we still have been snacking every single
I
night.
think one night we managed because we went to bed.
Yes, at 9.
At 8:30 we were in bed.
But I love what you're saying is you're still learning.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think that's what people need to open up to is you have to keep learning. I'm all the time, like I know I need to change it. In order to maintain for the last little while, I've been eating chicken and mushrooms and chicken and mushrooms and chicken and mushrooms and salads for lunch. So when this came up, I thought, okay, now I've got an actual person who knows about food to tell me what to do. And I don't know that she'll ever get me onto tofu. Now, if somebody was to cook it, for me, I would try it. But I tried to cook it myself and I was like, oh no, I did not do something right.
Air fryer.
Yeah, I still know.
It was so good in the air. It's like a crouton. It was like a crouton. It was so good.
Yeah, somebody has to cook it.
You didn't mind it in the scramble on Friday.
No, I think I'm a tofu convert. I've actually, so far, he's been making it different ways, but he has a magical touch. He grabs ingredients I would never try to put in my mouth, and he figures out a way to make it tasty that I will put it in my mouth. Like that lasagna he made for my birthday, I would have never ate that back in the day. It had freaking butternut squash in it. It had slaw. It had broccoli slaw in it.
And what was the thing that scared you the most?
The broccoli slaw.
And how did you like the broccoli slaw?
It was still not my most important part, but the whole combination was good.
The combination. You weren't expected to eat it alone, right? It's sometimes the combos of things, right?
I love broccoli though, but he made a big salad with it, and the salad was delicious. And I've gotten used to, since it's all plant-based, I kind of can eat the whole thing at once because it's not meat. So I'm now mixing some salad with some lasagna and eating it together. Like it's making me do different things that I've never done before, which is what I'm liking. And I think that's probably what you're taking away right now too.
Yeah. The things I've tried that I never expected, like I try, because I'm very, very, very fussy. I always said I should have been a beanpole my whole life because I'm so fussy. But what I like, I really like. And I like things like potato chips, and oh my God, I like potato chips. And
my friends.
But I've tried at least 1 to 2 new recipes every week.
Wow.
And I have tried a new fruit every week.
Oh wow.
And I do get the lemon water into me, but I don't like it. But I get it in. I get one in. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I glug it.
Yeah.
There's waiting for me.
I take it too, and let's just say today I didn't go down that. I didn't finish mine today. He drank mine because I couldn't do it today.
But I don't like lemonade or anything.
Oh, okay.
You know what we've done? We've added lime to it. We do lemon and lime to it, so it adds.
It helps change the flavor.
Well, and I like lime. Like I like. There was a pop that used to be lime.
Fresca.
Not Fresca.
No, that's pamplemousse.
Yeah.
Pamplemousse, yes.
Pamplemousse. Or grapefruit for our English folks.
So I wanted to ask you a question, T.
Sure.
I wanted you to, what would you tell your younger self?
Get the weight off earlier. And the reason is the arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is the health issues. Like for some people, it's heart. For some people, it's fatty liver. For me, it's arthritis. And the first orthopedic surgeon I saw said, are you active? And I said, yes, very. As a matter of fact, I used to have people call me the Energizer Bunny. And can you picture what I was like at 20 if I'm like this now at 60? And he said, well, that's the reason you have such bad arthritis. So I went to school and I said to the guy who's the coach of everything, I said, Art, guess what they said? If I hadn't been so active, I wouldn't have such bad arthritis. And he looked at me and said, yeah, you'd be dead of a heart attack. Oh, can't win.
It's true. It's true though. It's true.
True.
That's the sadness of it all, right? Like that you have to do some things certain way because you have to help the other things. Like it's sometimes one thing helps but counteract the other.
Yeah. And that's the thing that if I could tell, I know a couple of people who are probably as larger than I was. And they're quite young and you can't tell anybody anything and it's not my place to tell them, but I just wish I had a way to say, please get some of that weight off now before you hurt yourself. But
I told my mom this weekend, I wish I could go back to my younger self and say, go running.
Yeah.
You hate everything else about working out right now, but I know learn to run because as an adult, I enjoy it. So I know if I would have done it as a kid, I might have gotten into it. Not running like competitively, jogging with music in my ears.
Yeah.
I love doing that. So if I would have started young and not waited 20 some years to start doing it, it would have changed the course of things for me.
Yeah. But
that's not meant to be
who we are because
you wouldn't be who you are.
Yeah.
We went through our own journeys, right?
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
We always talk. It's so funny because we sometimes talk about the what if scenario, and that's living in the past.
Yeah.
The what if, and we can't live in the what if.
No.
Because living in the what if doesn't bring you forward. It actually makes you go backwards.
Yeah.
So living in the now, in the present, living in the moment, knowing that things are always going to be, there's always going to be bumps in the road,
but things will get better. And things will get not easier. You're just going to get better at them.
Yes, exactly.
And that's one of the things that I think from Terry's story, especially in our story, like we're prime examples, the three of us on screen right now. All of us went through years of trying this, yo-yos of gaining and losing. And I think many of you in the room right now probably have a similar story. We've all struggled probably our lifetimes trying to get this weight under control. And it wasn't until Terri realized and we realized that it was a forever thing and I don't need to be perfect at it all the time, that things started happening for us. And that was a huge mind shift because we still do this.
Is okay.
We still do this. We gained 20, 30 pounds since we are our lowest. I think right now my Shaper says I'm averaging 192. My goal weight was 170. So that means I'm 22 pounds above goal right now based on that goal weight I had back in the day. And did I get mad at myself for getting that weight? No. Did it happen overnight? No. It was a months of prolongation of me going this, and I was going up too much for a while, and then I came calibrated. And right now I'm in a downward trend because again, I try to stop myself and I try to be as healthy as I can most of the time. And I think that's what Terri, that's what you've embraced in your new journey now.
Yeah. And you just have to keep trying. And that's the thing. Like I've had many people message me and say, well, how do you do it? They'll see me on step or they'll see me on abotti or on a body strength. And how do you do it if you've had your knees replaced? And I said, well, you just do it. That's the thing with me is you just do it. You do what you can do.
It's funny that you mentioned that today, T, because your name came up in a conversation we had this afternoon with one of the ladies that was from $1 Million Smiles, part of HR. No, she's not really part of HR. We named her HR because she was
every department.
Had departments.
I was part of the project management team at one point. So
they were HR because they sat behind the table. They were
HR.
They were very sweet. And she's like, oh, because after we did the step class, she's like, oh, I used to do step. I love doing step, but I have really bad knees and I've had surgery. And right away we went, well,
we have a
Terri-Lynn does
step.
Yes. And she does it all the time. And she's like, oh, I don't know what it is, but when I do step, I'm like, and my first question was, does your stepper have the risers in it? And she's like, yeah, I think they do. I'm like,
take that off.
You need the riser. A lot of people assume that they need to have a step 3 feet off the ground to get
if you have a Wii Fit, you ever seen a Wii Fit?
Yep.
There's this thin. And put that in front of your TV
and just
put your TV on and go up and down that Wii step. The other night I was wasting 19 calories from my ring and 19 minutes of exercise. I put a step in front of the TV. We were watching Gilmore Girls. I was going up and down my step for 19 minutes to get the rest of my calories for the day. And that's what we're trying to say. Do what you can when you can do it. Take the time that if you're sitting down, you realize, you know what? I've been sitting down for an hour right now. Maybe I should just get up and walk in front of my TV just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose your show. You can still watch your show, but instead of just sitting down, you can get that 5 minutes to just get yourself invigorated and back moving again.
Yeah.
You just, and one thing, because I mean, and I still have a lot of knee issues because I've had my one knee done for so long. It's just about time to have it done again.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I'm fighting that every step of the way because I don't want to do, if I have to, but even the last one that was done, I was by myself and that was really hard, like even getting up and going to the bathroom when you're by yourself, getting the dog out the back, because I still had a dog at the time. And that was really difficult to do that on my own. And I don't want to do that. But if I have to, I have to. I've known for that the one knee would only last 10 years because it's only a half a knee. He only did half the knee because I was so young. He wouldn't do the other half. He wouldn't do the full knee. And sorry, ball game just came back on. I don't know why he keeps doing that.
Really wants you to watch the game.
No, I'm trying to shut it. I've got it on hold.
Yeah, so that way you can watch it later.
Exactly. Anyway, it's just a case of like people have to straighten their hips out. That's the thing, is they're turning on an angle. So if they're turning on an angle, they're turning their legs. I never have any problem. And if I do, I just adjust. And that's what you need to do. Like if it's too hard for you to walk, then walk less, but walk. And then and I would set, so before you guys started and before strength started, when I just had the 2 abottis, and I don't even know if I was doing boost at the time because I was nervous to start boost. I didn't think I'd be good enough to do boost. And I actually messaged Antoinette and said, do you think I can do this? Because I've had my knees replaced, woe is me. And I was doing, I was walking on my treadmill downstairs. And then I started running on the treadmill.
Wow.
No, not, but again, like I joined a hiking group and I'm the slowest walker in the group unless there's somebody quite a bit older than me. And if I end up and I always blame the dog. Oh, the dog can't walk fast. That's why and don't you tell anybody. That's a secret.
And we won't tell anybody.
And you know what? If I end up walking by myself because everybody's way ahead of me, so be it. I'm out there walking. As for sweating, I don't sweat. Very seldom. And I work hard. Like you guys.
I wish.
You work hard.
I work hard, but I very seldom sweat. My mother's like that too.
Okay, Terry, I have to say, when you're doing step, you are like a beast. Like we see you on camera. You're a beast when you're doing step.
You know, like it's like, come on, if you're going to do this, do. And that's the funny thing. Like Antoinette says that she'll do a thing where she says, not engage. That's not the right word. Be present.
Yeah.
So if you're just doing this, do this, you know, clench.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to get up that early in the morning to do it, and then do strength and then walk the dog so I can be home in time to do a body. Thank God I retired. I need a vacation. I need a vacation.
Yeah.
I think we all do. We're going on our soon. We're going glamping. Less than a month away for glamping.
Yeah, and I know where you're going, so I'm going to crash it.
You know what would be the funniest if one day we go reserve the site and there's people we know on the next site beside us where we're like, what are those people? We hear a voice and we recognize a laugh.
Why is Antonetta there?
What doing here?
And Carol are going to go apparently. Carol Davidson are going to go.
Oh, they would love it.
They're going to be on the other side.
Oh, that would be a fun. That would be a fun weekend.
Yeah.
T, we can't thank you enough for being here.
Closing
tonight.
off the end of the season.
The season, exactly.
Yeah, it's so funny because when we were looking at who was going to end off the show, we've asked a lot of people to ask because like our fall shows when we come back will be slightly different. We've already talked about this before. There'll be more. There'll be P3 chats actually in the fall. There's going to be a P3 public chat. We can just say it now. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not a secret. So our chats will be more P3 centric. So you'll have Antonetta comment sometimes.
But you can come and talk about all of your journeys.
Yeah, Kieran coming in. Yeah, it's still about everything. It's about just being about, there'll be topics of the week in the fall. So we're actually going back to topics. So one week might be snacking, and then we'll have guests with us to talk about snacking instead. So we're going to change up again our shows because we realized that people miss some of our tips live. And since we don't do videos on YouTube, we thought this would be a good way to bring back for all of you as well. And I'm just glad that we got to have you on our last hurrah before we take our break.
You are a true inspiration to all of us, T.
Yes.
Like you honestly motivate us after hearing your story about all the
it's because we had our chat. She won in the first P3 retreat.
The very first P3 retreat when we had that chat that you had won. And it was amazing getting to know you, and we loved when you were able to come visit us at the condo and just spend some time with
magic balcony.
And
magic balcony.
Honestly, everybody, just look at T. Look at what she's been able to accomplish over and over and over again because she never gave up on herself.
She said she had no other choice.
There's no other option for her.
So make it that there's no option.
No other option.
And if that day is, and if that day that the other option is not that you can go outside and walk that 5 kilometers,
stretch,
walk around your house that day. Yep. Just do something.
Stand that's not enough to do the dishes.
Exactly.
Stand up
Exactly.
long enough, and if that's all you can do, then that's fine. That's fine. It's more than your body did yesterday.
Definitely.
And then set the goal that a month from now, you're going to do that for 10 minutes.
Oh, I love that.
And that's how I did it on the treadmill. So this entire month, I'm going to do 25 minutes. And by the next month, I was going to do 30. And the next month, or actually, I think then I got to weeks. And then you guys all started, and I have no time in my day for anything else other than
Sorry.
That's okay.
And we talked to Antoinette about adding more classes in the fall. So you as steppers, yes, we talked to Antoinette about adding 2 more classes.
Tired these eyes are, I don't know.
Well, it's on days that we're not currently there. So, like Tuesday morning, maybe, or, Friday morning, maybe, Thursday night, maybe, days that we're not there right now. So, yeah, we talked to Antoinette today about that. So we're still.
And you know what Antoinetta's famous answer is, right? Whenever you ask her a question.
You.
No, her question, every time you ask her a question, it's yes.
Approved.
You don't even need to get you don't even get the question out.
We're like, yes. Antoinette, can we add more? Yes, approved. Yes. We didn't even tell approved. I was like, okay, well, we're going to add.
Antoinette, can you give us $1 million?
Approved.
Yay!
Yes. Except that one doesn't work.
I don't think that one works.
She doesn't approve that one.
No, not yet. Well, thank you again, T, for being here this evening. You made my
and everybody
night.
In chat has been saying how amazing this has been tonight. So a lot of you people have been commenting. Look at the chat after this to see everybody's comments. Serena, we'll get you right after the show. After we go off live, we'll get your question right after. Okay? Just didn't want you to think that we didn't see you there. Thank you so much, T.
We love you.
Thank you. And the dogs were quiet. They were good.
I know. They're so cute though. We love them.
We love those doggies. I can't wait to meet them.
Yeah, you can
them
inherit Willow sometimes.
Thanks so much, T.
Thank you, guys.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is
kind of weird.
It's very weird for us.
Nostalgia coming in. Let's go to grid view because I want to see all these lovely, lovely faces. We've been doing this show.
No, because they'll see that on there. That's why I can't do that.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Good shot there, honey. You're so smart.
Yes.
We've been doing this show
for 2 years.
2 years every Sunday. It's evolved.
We've missed in the last 2 years. We've missed 3 Sundays. We missed them all because we were sick or we were out of. One of them was because we were in Mexico and we couldn't get to our resort on time.
And we were trying to go live.
Yeah, and so it's so funny to say that we're actually taking a break. But after 2 years, we've made a decision that, we've met so many of you online. So earlier this year, we had a chat with Antoinette about it and saying, maybe we should start meeting people in person a bit more again this summer. And that's when we decided to do that. We realized we can't also have our Sunday chats and have to get back and be stressed about it. You guys have seen us when we're out of town and have to come back and how stressed we are about it. I just did not feel that we can do a whole summer doing that. So we now are taking a break, but we will be back in the fall.
Yes.
And the Zoom room will be open the entire summer.
It will be run by our lovely.
And I'm going to share the number now. So please write it down. If you're on YouTube right now, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see the number. Please write this down.
It will not change. This will be the code.
266-598-3468 is our Zoom ID. So I'll say it again. 266-598-3468. And our password is JLNICK. So Jean-Luc Nick, JLNICK. And then you can use that to come into our Sunday Zoom chats every Sunday, talk to Rosie and Kim, and we will be popping in.
Yeah, definitely.
We will be popping in. If we're driving home from somewhere and we'll be in the car and saying hi to you guys. So we still be here chatting with you guys all summer. We just won't be live on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Zoom and YouTube anymore this summer. We're taking that break.
Exactly. I can't believe it still. It's like it's always everything. It's not an end and it's not a goodbye. It's a new beginning.
Yeah.
It's a refresh. We're taking a refresh and we're excited. We're looking forward to it.
And we're looking forward to seeing some of you live. Like I know so many of you from, like we said earlier, Winnipeg, who have not met us yet, that we're going to be there sometime this year.
Yes, we will.
Montreal. We have a lot of people in Montreal who want to meet us. Ottawa. There's so many cities. Oh, we forgot to say London.
Oh yeah,
London. We're going to London too. London. So London's on the list too. So we're coming to a lot of places. And yes, for those of you wandering in the States, eventually our plan is to visit as many places as we can which is we have to take our time. There's only so many weekends, and we both work full time. So and we teach step too, so we have to figure that out as well. So we're gonna
Most
be.
of the dates are weekends, just to let you all know.
Yes, they're all weekends.
They're all weekends.
They're all
Not during the
weekends.
weekend.
Yeah, they're all the
They're all
weekends.
weekends.
And if you're a stepper, we'll be teaching step live when we visit, so you can come do step with
And
us.
All of this tour stuff is absolutely free.
Yes.
There's no cost to you for
Yes.
coming in. You could come do the step class.
Bring your
You
friends.
bring friends and family. Check it out. See if people like it. That's what we really want to do. We want to bring more people to the abotti family.
Yeah, it's been great having P3 because we've been having new people try abotti step, and
Yeah.
it's been fun having new people come in and try it out. It's been really nice for us to be able to share that. I feel so sad.
It's not sad. It's time. It's like going.
I won't lie. Next Sunday at 6:00, I'm like,
We'll
yay! I don't have to go on.
Actually, next Sunday at 6:00, we might still be driving home from my mom's.
Yes, because we're not going to just rush to get home next week.
So any of you who are in Windsor
Yes.
next Saturday, remember the P3 Live Zoom Rocks are happening.
July 23rd, Joyce. July 23rd. No, that's what February.
Windsor is this weekend, next weekend.
Yes, she's asking for the tour.
Oh,
I'll figure it out, Joyce. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
So next-
February's the 23rd.
Yes, next weekend is Windsor
Yes.
and Stouffville.
That's not a tour stop, though.
No,
that's
not
just a walk.
That's just our P3 live walks. There's also, if I'm not mistaken, Jerry Hoop from
Winnipeg.
is organizing a meetup in Winnipeg at the same time that we're all meeting up.
So 10 a.m. their
at
time.
10 a.m. their time. And we're all going to be joining in, walking. You do not have to be part of the P3 pilot to join us and come walk
It's for
with us.
everybody.
It's for absolutely anyone in any area. If you are available and you want to go walk with a group of people,
Bring your friends, bring family members. It's open
definitely.
to everyone. So we
We're
want
just gonna walk.
to meet people. It's been 2 years of us being locked away, and we are people. If you met us before
we're not one horn.
COVID started, we used to travel all the time and meet people in person all over Ontario all the time. So we miss this aspect. So if you want to see Jean-Luc and Nick and how we are crazy in person, we're pretty crazy in person. So you want to come see us. We're pretty crazy. Didn't you not see the Instagram video earlier? We're showing you of us shaking our booty. Well, we'll shake our booty lives for you if you come see us. Okay.
So thanks again, everybody. Have a great evening. I don't think there was any more notes.
No, I just need to get this on. So talk for a few
Okay.
more seconds.
Thank you all. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Have a great weekend. Again, remember, the room will still be open on Sunday nights. You'll still be able to come talk with Kim and Rosie. They are fantastic hosts. It will no longer be live, mind you, but you'll still be able to be part of this amazing community. Hope you have a great summer, and we will see you all soon.
And we'll see you back on our shows in the fall.
Bye.
Have a great summer. Woo!